If this cookie doesn't look grumpy enough, we've got work to do. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and today we're making Roy Kent from Ted Lasso. All of these cookies were hand cut, and if you don't know how to do that, there's a link to a tutorial in the description. All of the supplies I used are also listed in the description, and after I flooded my cookie and let it dry completely, I used a projector to trace the image onto my cookie. You could also use the tissue paper or the paper piecing method, and I'll link a tutorial for that in the description also. There's lots of info in that description, check it out. Anyway, I'm using a 15-second consistency royal icing in a skin tone to pipe in the outline and details of his face. And I apologize, I know my lighting is absolutely horrible, but hopefully you can see enough to follow along. So after outlining his face, I'm going to use the exact same icing consistency, the same piping bag, to go ahead and flood that in. And while I'm flooding, I'm going to jiggle my piping bag just a little bit. By jiggling my piping bag as I'm flooding, it will help that icing settle down faster, and I'll have less work to do with my scribe when I'm finished. And now that I've finished flooding in the face, I'll go ahead and use my scribe to settle the icing down. And if you just gently poke up and down at it, it'll settle down any peaks in the icing. You can also use your scribe or a toothpick to shape the icing and get it exactly how you need it to be. And then I'm going to move on down and pipe in his hands and his neck. And then we'll smooth it out and shape it as we need to with our scribe once again. And now that that's done, I'll set my cookie in front of a fan or any dehydrator to dry and crust over for about 15 to 20 minutes before coming back in and piping in a line for his ears. And I'll use my scribe the same way just to shape it and settle that icing down. And when you're making cookies that have a lot of detail, the important thing to do is remember that you need to pipe it in sections and let each section dry before continuing on with the next, so that you have separation between the areas. So let's let the face dry while we move on down to his pants, and we'll just go ahead and outline and flood those in. My gray icing is also about a 15-second consistency. And once again, I'll use my scribe to shape this area and settle down any peaks and pop any air bubbles. I set that aside to dry again, and now I'm going to go in and pipe in the right side of his suit jacket at the bottom underneath his crossed arms. And then we can do the same thing on the left side, so just go ahead and outline that bottom part of his suit, and then flood that in. Use your scribe after you're finished to shape these two areas and pop any air bubbles. Sometimes it's hard to get the tip of your piping bag into small areas, so using your scribe to shape the area is perfect. And while we wait for the bottom part of the suit jacket to dry, I'm going to move on up to the top part of the jacket and pipe the area that's right above his crossed arms as well. And once again, I'll use my scribe to shape those areas. And that's really just putting a little blob of icing here and then using your scribe to manipulate it. Did you know that blob was a cookie term? Well, now you do. Anyway, I set my cookie aside to dry again until the icing crusts over. And now I'm going to come back in and pipe in his right arm. And then we'll use our scribe to shape this area as well. A lot of people have told me that Roy Kent is their favorite character on the show, and I can definitely see the appeal of walking around and telling everybody to F off. Is he your favorite character? What do you like about Roy? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, while we wait for the arm to dry, I went ahead and piped in his shoes, and once again I'm using my scribe to shape that area. And then I set the cookie aside to dry again, and now I'll pipe in his left arm. Once again, using our scribe to shape the icing and move it where we need it. And for some reason, I didn't pipe the sleeve all the way up to his hand, so I'll just add another blob of icing here, and we'll fix that right up. And while we wait for that to dry, we'll move on up to his hair, and we'll just go ahead and outline and flood in this area. So you want to touch down with your piping bag, lift up a little ways from the cookie, and then follow along with your outline and drop your line of icing right on top of that outline. It's okay if you go a little bit outside of your outline, but make sure you cover that outline up. And then go ahead and flood that area in. My icing here is also a 15-second consistency, and again I'm going to use the same exact icing to outline and to flood. I don't generally make two different consistencies of icing, Unless I am going to be flooding an awful lot of cookies, then I might make an outline consistency and a really thin flat consistency just to speed things up and save my hand. But generally, I like using just one consistency of icing for just about everything. So with his hair done, I went ahead and moved on down to his beard. I'm going to do the same thing, slowly trace around my outline, dropping my line of icing right on top of that outline for his beard. And right in between his ear and his face, I'll make a little line. And then we'll go ahead and flood in his beard. You want to be careful here that you don't go over his mouth. You want to make sure that the skin for his mouth area still shows. So if your icing consistency is really loose and runny, you might want to go thicken it up so that it doesn't spread and cover up his mouth. Once again, I'll use my Scribe to shape this icing. Then I set my cookie aside to dry completely, and I'm just going to put a line of icing down now and use a dampened paintbrush where I've wiped all of the water off on a paper towel to gently tap up and down at the icing I just put down on his beard to give it more of a textured look. So just gently tap up and down, trying not to get any black icing on the face or on the mouth or on the rest of the cookie. And then I use my projector once again to draw on the details of the face, and I'm just going to use some edible Amerimist airbrush color here to paint in his eyes and the rest of his facial features. I'm using a detail brush, about a 10-0, and again, all of the products are listed in the description. So just go ahead and add in those details, little lines here for the creases by his eyes. And then we'll move down to outline the different areas of his suit and add details there and definition as well. And once we have that looking the way we like it, I'm going to grab my black royal icing again and just pipe in his eyebrows. They're going to be a little thicker at the center and then a little thinner towards the outside edge. So I'll squeeze a bit more at the beginning and then stop squeezing and just kind of draw a line out to the edge. And if I wiggle my piping bag a little bit as I'm squeezing, I'll get a little more of a jagged look for his eyebrows than just a straight line. And Roy here is done. Character cookies don't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's the expression that does all the work. And with Roy, getting those eyebrows and that very Roy-like expression right is what makes this cookie recognizable. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as Roy would say, "Oi, don't stop here. Watch the bloody rest of them." Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.